Hello everyone, today's story which I am going to explain is named Be Devil. This is a very emotional story. After watching that, I am sure you will feel to cry. The story begins and we see a girl named Yvonne. She is going home from her job as usual, but then she sees that some girls are beating mercilessly a girl. She screams and asks for help from everyone, but no one pays attention to her, as if this is a normal thing. In the end, the girl comes to Yvonne asking for help, but she also closes the window of her car like everyone else. Next morning, we see her in her office. Actually, she works in a bank. Then an old lady comes. She wants some money, but Yvonne clearly refuses to give her loan. She begs in front of her. If she doesn't get the loan, she will be thrown out of the house. Whatever she says, that does not make Yvonne smile. She says bank has already given you the loan. Now you cannot be given any more loan. But that lady does not go out from there. She was in dire need of money. She keeps sitting in the hope that maybe Yvonne's heart will melt. But that doesn't happen. Instead, Yvonne insults her and tells her to leave from there. But another girl works in the office. She feels terrible for the lady. She helps the lady, which makes the old lady very happy. But when Yvonne comes to know about it, she says to the girl that you will be never succeed in your life. She also says, I know you spend night with the manager and you are trying to be sweet in front of him. After this accusation, the girl says nothing and simply leaves. Actually, Yvonne got angry that the girl went against her. After some time, she goes to the bathroom and realizes her mistake. She sends her a sorry message. After that, when she tries to get out of the bathroom, she realizes that someone has locked her from outside. She sees that the same girl is standing out of the bathroom and got really mad at her. When she tries to get out of the bathroom, she accidentally slips and got hurt. After getting out of the bathroom, she slaps her very hard in front of everyone. That girl does not get what just happened with her. Just then Yvonne sees that one of the workers has worn the same slippers. It becomes obvious that the girl did not lock the door, but that worker accidentally locked the door. Seeing Yvonne's behavior, his boss becomes really annoyed and gives her some days to rest so she could fresh her mind. She goes straight to her house. She also realizes her mistake, but it had become too late. She has nothing to do. Meanwhile, she is called to police station because at the beginning of the movie, the girl who was asking for help, now she was dead and Yvonne is called to testify. Now the last victim is only Yvonne, but she also refuses to recognize those boys. But she knew very well that those boys have murdered that girl. Still she refuses and leaves. While leaving, that girl's father begs in front of Yvonne for testifying so that his daughter could get justice, but she does not do anything like that. After that, the boys comes to Yvonne and threatens her if she speaks against them, they will kill her too. Yvonne did not want to get into all these affairs, so she quietly leaves from there. Well, when she comes home, she finds some letters sent to her by a lady named Kim, but she throws those letters without reading them. She was troubled by the things that was happening to her. She wanted to help everyone, but did not know why she was not able to do so. Now at this moment, there is no one with whom she can share all these things or take any advice. She keeps thinking about this all night. Where should she go? Next day, she decides that she will go to her grandfather's island, where she has spent her entire childhood. There was also her childhood friend Kim, who used to send all those letters. It means she still considers her as her friend, but now Yvonne has changed completely. When she reaches the island, her friend welcomes her. She becomes too ecstatic and hugs her. Kim's face filled with a smile, but she was in pain. She was considered as a crazy woman, and villagers people treat her as a slave. Even the driver of the boat tells her to keep her dirty hands away from the Yvonne. She did not mind at all because she is meeting her friend after a long time. And she was on the cloud nine. After that, she takes Yvonne and goes to her grandfather's house. On the way, she meets some of his Kim's relatives, in which there was his husband Man Jong and his husband's brother Chu Jong. After that, she comes home where she meets with Kim's daughter Young. She gets very scared when she sees Yvonne and runs away, where Kim reveals that she is kind of introvert and does not understand who is good and who is bad. She is now 10 years old but still does not go to school. She wants to send her to school, but here people say that the children who go to school get spoiled. She didn't want her condition to be like her. You will get to know how terrible Kim's life is and how badly she is living. After a while, Jang and his brother goes for fishing. Then his driver comes and forces with Kim, but she does not do anything because it has been a common thing for her. After a while, when Chang comes back home, it is clear from his words that he knows everything that is happening with his wife. But when Kim tries to tell someone else about it, her husband beats so badly like an animal. What was more heartbreaking thing? Outside the room, her daughter was eating fruit happily. She was listening her mother's scream, but that did not matter at all for her. This was because she has seen all this happening since childhood. She thinks that it is a normal thing that her father does every day with her mother. Kim was being beaten and facing all these problems every day, but she was not raising her voice. Despite having a tongue in her mouth, she was a mute, and she was going through this pain daily. On the other hand, Yvonne's life was completely opposite. She was exploring the island. Suddenly, Jong's brother comes. He had a bad intention. Yvonne immediately understands that he is going to do something bad to her. Jojong was moving slowly towards her. Out of nowhere, Yuan comes. Jojong simply leaves after seeing Yuan. After this incident, Yuan and Yvonne become a really good friend. They spend a lot of time with each other, play and chat happily. After spending precious time with each other, Yvonne goes home with Yuan, where she sees that Kim is eating in a very bad manner and her husband was making out with another girl. Kim was in a dead pain, but she could not do anything to protect herself. After some time, Kim sees her daughter's underwear in her husband's pocket, which scares her too much. She immediately goes to her daughter, where she sees her daughter is putting makeup. On asking, she gets to know her dad gave this makeup to her so she would look beautiful and he will adore her more than before. After listening this, Kim scolds her daughter and tries to make her understand in this law, women are treated like an animal. Unfortunately, Chang comes and he thinks she is trying to make her against him. She starts to beat her in front of Yuan. He takes Yuan in his lap. Kim suddenly understands that he will do something very bad to her. Now a desperate mother wants to save her daughter at any cost. She knows very well that those bad things will happen to her daughter, what she is going through. She goes to Yvonne for help when she sees Yvonne is packing her stuff. On asking, she gets to know Yvonne is leaving land tomorrow. Kim explains everything to her, but Yvonne does not believe her a bit and thinks she is lying and making up a story just to go out with her. Kim begs desperately, at least take her daughter away from this hell. She does not want that her daughter face the same thing, but Yvonne clearly refuses. In the meantime, we see that someone else is secretly listening to them. Next day before leaving, Yvonne meets with Yuan, but Yuan was acting strangely and keeps touching Yvonne's breast. Yvonne feels uneasy and asks what she is doing. She gets shocked after listening her answer. She says that's how a girl loved like this. Yvonne asks, does your father love you in the same way? She does not say anything and keeps smiling. Yvonne gets everything. On the other hand, Kim is planning to run. She steals some money and next day she was ready to run. After a while, word comes in her escape the same girl is helping her who was getting intimate with her husband. But the bus driver was very good friend of Chang. He immediately gets what's actually going on. He deliberately makes excuses, taking advantage of which Chang comes, and next scene will break your heart. He drags her to the shore and starts beating her like an animal. After some time, people gather there, but instead of saving her, they say beat her more. She deserved this for betraying her husband. Yuan could not bear this. She tries to stop her father, but he pushes her very hard. Her head collides with a stone and she dies immediately. Now for whom Kim had suffered so much, today her daughter died in front of her. She becomes completely crazy and could not believe what just happened. Seeing how much pain Kim is in, you will also start crying. She just lost everything and no one helped her. When police come for interrogation, all the villagers characters become more cruel. They tell a lie that Chang did not do anything. It was all her mistake. No one took a stand for her. Instead, they started to blame Kim for everything. Suddenly, Ivan comes. She was the Kim's last hope. If she testified against the Chang, so maybe Ivan get justice. But Ivan shatters Kim's all hope. She says she was sleeping at that time. She does not know what had happened. Kim could not believe that her own best friend betrayed her. In the next scene, we see Kim buried her daughter in her house. On the other hand, Hyun could not go Seoul because the boat has gone already. So she has to stay for some more days. We see Kim's life has changed completely. She works whole day and feels like an insane. One day while working, she feels something strange. She sees the sun and then one by one kills all women sitting there. Now she lost her patience. Kim was not scared of anything, so it was impossible to stop her. After some time, when all men come after their work, she kills all of them. When she was going to kill Chang, suddenly Ivan comes and sees everything. Taking advantage of the situation, he drags Kim and brings home, beats her as he always used to do. Somehow Kim manages and starts beating his finger non-stopping. In the end, she takes hammer and keeps beating till his death. Finally, she took revenge on her own because she was tired of waiting for justice. On the other hand, Ivan runs with the boat driver, but the boat was not starting. Somehow Kim comes at the main spot. She catches the driver and kills him. Because of him, she could not run. Fortunately, boat starts and Ivan calmly runs away with the boat. In the next scene, we see Kim is going out of the island in a new form. She goes in a nearby village of Seoul where Ivan was handcuffed. When she opens her eyes, she gets shocked seeing Kim. She knew very well that Kim will not leave her and will kill her at any cost. Ivan freaks out and tries to run away. Suddenly, a wounded police officer shoots Kim and finally battle begins between them. Somehow Kim goes to Yvonne for killing. Unexpectedly, Yvonne puts the same flute around her neck that she had gifted Kim as a child. Now dying, Kim goes to her lap and lies down and asks her to play the flute. They reminisce their childhood. Back then how happy they were. At the very moment she dies in her lap. This incident fuels Yvonne a lot. She will be guilty for everything she has done. After coming back to Seoul, the first thing she does, she files complaint against those boys and witnesses everything. When she reaches the home, she reads those letters which Kim used to send to her. After reading, Yvonne could not stop his tears. In those letters, Kim had begged desperately to Yvonne, "Please save me, I miss you very much and could not leave you anymore. Here people beat me very badly. I want to get out of this place." But Yvonne was so busy in her life that she has no time to think about her friend. She was so selfish and could not think how much pain her friend is in. If Yvonne had believed Kim's word that night, all this would not have happened today. But now she will have to spend the rest of her life with this guilt. In the end, she lies down on the floor and we are shown the same island. And with this, the movie ends. How did you like this emotional story? Tell us in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, turn on notification so you can watch more videos like this.